Sawadee Krap. Welcome to NBT World's The Fireside. I'm Benjamin Ruchopakan.
And I'm Aom Suphanida Janmoon. Every week, we have a fireside chat exploring what's going on in Thailand, diving deep into our latest obsessions.
Okay, so by the time that this episode actually comes out, Thailand will have launched its most massive Pride Parade in the history of Thai Pride celebrations, and we're just getting started as well. So in 2025, Thailand is celebrating Pride Month in over 40 provinces, with festivities running from May 25th to July 5th. So even beyond like 5 days out from the month itself. And the movement has grown beyond Bangkok to include major cities like Chiang Mai, Phuket, Pattaya, and Khon Kaen. So covering every region, and even actually in smaller towns as well, like Mae Sot and Phayao. So you can see that the country is really embracing and celebrating the LGBTQ plus community like never before.
Yeah, this is the result of the collaboration of all sectors all together, including civic groups, LGBT advocates, private businesses, and also the government agencies, all working together in order to create a memorable Pride Month nationwide. For example, Central Patana alone is hosting Pride events in 39 shopping centers, up to from 24 last year, with an expected 1.3 million participants across the country.
That's an incredible amount, and I can't wait to get those LGBTQ plus promotions there.
Exactly.
No sponsorship again. With that said, let's kick things off from where it all started, Bangkok Pride Parade. So Bangkok Pride itself, just in the capital, has come a long way. It actually used to be called Bangkok Gay Festival in 1999, and the purpose was a lot more sort of social. It was meant to tackle the social stigma around the gay community in relation to HIV. Right. So that's how long ago it was,
Health related.
It was a health related issue. And now the current iteration of the way it's organized, who it's organized by, is the Bangkok Pride Festival. Now it's currently in its fourth year, starting with 2022. So in 2022, that's obviously the first celebrations after the events of 2019 to 2022. So we had just like a modest 20,000 attendees, pretty tight knit. And then 2023, that exploded all the way to over 100,000 attendees. And then last year in 2024, over 250,000 people came to participate. So it became a real fixture of the gay calendar, if you will, of the queer calendar. And, where people want to go throughout the year. Obviously, they're not all Thai, There's a lot of tourists that came in to participate as well. Now, in 2025, we're estimating that we had over 300,000 participants in Bangkok alone. So, you have to wonder, what's going to be like next year?
Oh, it's going to be as huge as this year. It can't be less.
Yeah.
And this year's Bangkok Pride Festival is a flagship celebration of Pride Month. After all, the theme of the entire festival in the capital is Born This Way. Do you want to sing Lady Gaga's?
Gosh, now I feel bad. I only know that specific part.
Okay, never mind. By the time this episode comes out, the Pride Month, the Pride Parade on June the 1st will have been a major success. So here are the few interesting details for you. The parade was made of 7 processions with a different color theme. The first one, the opening procession, Born Again. I would like to sing Lisa.
Yeah, I know.
Represented rebirth with the pride of an identity that was once hidden. This is such a powerful opening. And the red procession, Born to be Loved, signified the dignity of love, equality, and our chosen family, the family that we can choose for ourselves. And the purple procession, Born to be Me, recognize diversity of identities, genders, and sexuality. The rest of the procession, do you want to share?
Yeah, sure. So the green procession, Born to be Part of One, express unity with the world, with the environment. That makes sense. Like green nature and all those, and just all things, right? And then the yellow procession, which I think is really well chosen, is born to create and inspire. And if you look at like color theory, yellow is often used to kind of celebrate creativity.
Yeah.
So it represents the art and culture of queer communities that are pushing the world to change, right? And then blue procession, born to heal generations. Blue is often used for health and wellness, right? So this is intended to connect generations through love, allowing younger people to grow up in a safer, more inclusive and equitable world. We want our children to just be in a more forgiving, more tolerant world, right?
Yeah.
And the final procession is very unique to Thailand, is the pink procession, which is born to be together. That's a message of cooperation and support in collaboration with Chulalongkorn University, which is also represented by the color pink.
Which procession would you join?
I think I would do I really like the idea of the yellow one, but I don't know if yellow is my color. I think I'm more of a red or a purple. I have a lot of red in my closet, so that's easy for me.
Yeah, for me, I support all the theme that they have created, but I'm going to be purple. I just love purple.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you'd be perfect in purple.
It's my color. I would be in that procession.
Yeah.
I have lots of purple in my closet too.
Gotcha.
So the size and the scale of the parade was really amazing. It featured a 200-meter identity flag, and also there were a total of 90 parade groups that registered this year, and the parade route was 3 kilometers long. It started at Thepatsarin Stadium within the grounds of the National Stadium, and then it traveled down Rama 1 Road, past major shopping malls like MBK, Siam Discovery, Siam Center, and Siam Paragon. And finally, it ended at Central World with the Pride Stage concert.
So there was plenty more festival activities to enjoy for Bangkokians and for anyone who came to visit. There was also a more serious kind of event called the Bangkok Pride Forum, which was held from May 31st to June 1st. And the forum is meant to serve as a safe space for sharing knowledge, experiences, and innovations to promote pride and highlight the LGBTQ community's role in driving societal change. And it has a lot of different themes. They're not just all about social issues. There's the economy and business, there's medicine, there's technology, environment, human rights, and education. So it's a very all-encompassing kind of forum. And this year, there was also a special session by TACA, which is the Thailand Creative Culture Agency, and the Soft Power Subcommittee on how soft power can shape and transform society.
Yeah, exactly. And there was also the Bangkok Pride Awards on May the 31st, which honors LGBTQ plus change makers. So there are 11 categories and 26 awards. The judging panel selects the winner of the Bangkok Pride Value Awards, which recognize LGBTQ plus advocacy among businesses, media outlets, artists, politicians, teachers, and health professionals. Wow, the category is very diverse, you know, and votes are used to select the winners of the Pride Popular Awards, which recognize actors, content creators, TV series, movies, drag performers, and also the parade groups.
The LGBTQ community is a huge part of entertainment. You know, in Thailand, like it's not really considered a subgenre. It's really in the fabric of Thai media, I think. So I think this really sort of, pays homage and respects the sheer diversity of Thai media, right?
Yeah.
And another highlight when it comes to Pride Month in Bangkok was the Drag Bangkok Festival. Anybody, who's ever been to a drag show, they know how amazing and electrifying it can be. That was held from May 30th to June 1st. And that was under the theme Thai Touristic drag scene, like futuristic. And it aimed to elevate Thai drag artistry to global prominence by blending powerful, creative performances with a distinct Thai identity. So the highlights included the finale of the first ever Thailand Drag Star competition, which selected 20 finalists, from 14 provinces. Beyond the crown and prizes, the contestants were competing for life-changing recognition as Thailand's next drag icon. And we know that our drag stars are huge in Thailand. So, of course, there was also the Drag Bangkok Pride Parade as part of the wider Bangkok Pride Parade. So they had their section within the Pride Parade as well. And of course, there was going to be drag performances throughout the festival. Have you ever been, actually?
I did actually, but in another country.
Oh,
but
right.
as a Thai person participated in this kind of event, we went there with the very high expectation.
Oh, right.
You know what? Yeah. And when they finished, when they end, I was like, when is it start? When it will be start?
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's the feeling that I have, like, it ends already.
Right.
Yeah. So, if this works, I mean, the Drag Bangkok Festival with the Thailand's Drag Star competition, I think they should be on tour.
I
Like
know.
a world
They should-
tour.
that'd be such a great idea, actually, if they went from like if they had a thing with the foreign embassies and stuff, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. I
Right.
think they need that kind of support. And I think it's a very
worth it.
good start.
Yeah.
Come back to the Pride event. So finally, that will be the Bangkok Pride Party, which is taking place on June the 27th, being billed as the ultimate party for Thailand's LGBTQ plus community. So am I going to see you there?
You know it. You know how I love a pride
The
party.
community and support the community, right?
I just feel so much more attractive when I go to a gay bar or when I go to I feel like I get a lot more
really?
compliments.
Oh my God, it's
and
good
I
to
just do
know.
it for my self-esteem. But this year it's really special because last year Thai Pride Month was held in 20 provinces, so about half. And the fact that it's doubled to 40 is so huge. And these provinces, these activities are part of the Pride City Network, So the first major city to kick us all off in May 25th was Chiang Mai Pride Festival in the north, and they had a pride parade along religious and historical landmarks, including Wat Phra Singh and Tha Phai Gate, giving it a very culturally authentic charm. And then in the south, we have Phuket Pride Festival, which was held under the theme Be Equality from June 2nd to 8th, featuring beach parades, volleyball tournaments, and drag pageants, which sounds perfect. I love a good beach volleyball game. And finally, for me, there was also Khon Kaen Pride Festival 2025 in the Northeast, which is being held on June 30th, just gonna Song Thai, just to close out the month. And that's part of Isan regional pride activities across more than 10 provinces. And there's a bit more, isn't there?
Yeah. And also in the East, Pattaya International Pride Festival 2025 is being held from June the 27th until the 29th at the Central Pattaya, with the main Pride Parade on June the 28th. Highlights include live music performances, drag shows, and other activity promoting diversity. And smaller cities like Trang, Hat Yai, Sriracha, and Lampang will be joining in the parade, discussion forums as well, and also the creative showcases. So there's so much to choose from in Pride Month. It's almost as big as Songkran Festival.
I feel that.
remember.
I feel like it's huge. Like, I had no idea that it was celebrated so broadly. Songkran was nationwide.
Yeah.
But this is like 40 provinces. Wow.
Yeah,
Incredible.
that's true. Songkran, as we know, was a major festival on the 2025 calendar, had a combined attendance of over 1 million people and earned over 4 billion baht.
Gosh, incredible growth. Great for Thailand's festival scene.
Yeah.
And, that's the truth, right? There is both, because it's a cultural movement, there's also big business and economy, and there are local stakeholders that we can support. And that's why it's getting so much support from the public and private sector. Thailand, I think by now, this goes without saying, but we're a queer-friendly destination due to a lot of different cultural touchstones that we have, like the trans beauty pageants and a lot of our media in BLGO genre. And, I would never say that any specific people, they're perfect or they have a perfect track record and they're perfectly progressive. And the definition of what is progressive keeps changing. But I think that Thai people are very open-minded. Yeah. I think they have an attitude of live and let live. They have it's a very sort of Buddhist mentality of just, we like living in harmony. We like peace. We like, in Thai, you would say, we tit sabai, or kind of, we like to be comfortable. And we like to accept people as they are. So now that we like with all of that sort of, that's the cultural context. But now with the passing of the Marriage Equality Act, it's gained the perception as a legitimate, inclusive destination as well. Yeah.
Also, this year, the BBC named Bangkok one of the top 6 LGBTQ destinations around the world, and Thailand was crowned the best LGBTQ plus destination at the Spartacus Travel Awards 2025. This is a very big thing. I'm so proud of Thailand that we welcome LGBTQ plus, and we are so friendly to them. I think it's not a new thing for me at all, because since I grow up, I see the Thai people welcome LGBTQ plus people like all the time. Never changed.
I think it was always in the fabric of the way that older people might talk about LGBTQ people, they kind of have a way of talking, right? But it's never with malice. It's never with hatred.
And also we see it used to be in just a comedy industry or comedy
Played for laughs.
Perception, playful, but now we are more open, but we have never have a feeling of hate or something like that.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, according to Nathakit Tangpoon Sintana, Chief Marketing Officer of Central Patana, Thailand serves as an emotional safe space for the global LGBTQ plus community, particularly travelers from China, South Korea, and the Middle East who see Thailand as a hub of cultural celebration. The Thai government is hoping to use this momentum to solidify Thailand's leadership in LGBTQ plus tourism as well.
Yeah, and it says something about when you're inclusive. It means that you're welcoming. You welcome so many different kinds of people. And this is a really, powerful message that it pays to be inclusive, because the global LGBTQ plus travel market is projected to earn $1.5 billion by 2025, even though it's such a niche community as well. And LGBTQ plus travelers are also seen as high-spending visitors because many belong to a dual-income, no-kids demographic, which is also known as DINKs. And Thailand is considered a leader in gender-affirming medical tourism or transgender operations, which is expected to reach $16 billion in value, or rather, 16 billion baht, and I'll put the dollar amount on the screen, by 2025. So Thailand has a lot to gain from its established leadership in the rainbow or pink economy. And these terms refer to the economic and activities and purchasing power generated by the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah, then there's another term called the peach economy. Dr. Panat Chairat, chairman of the Canvas Ventures International or CVI and former executive director of Thailand's National Innovation Agency, gave an interview with NBT World Thailand today, explaining the differences between the pink and peach economy.
Differences between pink and peach.
You can see that I took point of departures from the combination of two economy, creative economy, which is orange, and pink economy, which mainly focus on inclusive and LGBTQ entrepreneur.
The rainbow economy.
The rainbow economy. So to speak, you can see that a group of people that's working very hard on so-called diverse group of people, the right, and also the ways that they could express themselves. In the past, I think around 20 years ago, we may see that some cities like San Francisco, which is the hub of technology and also venture capital, used to rank #1 in the world for talent tolerance. That's very home base for this group of people. But recently, you can see that this is exemplify one side of a coin. Business that nurture from so-called human rights or diversity. But another side of the coin, you have creativity, you have content, you have movies, you have music. For example, in Thailand, we are very good in BL or Boy Love or Yuri. And more than that, you have some specific sector that's the audience or customer. They are not LGBTQ group, but they just enjoy the lifestyle from this group of people. So it's a good combination to expand from pink tech into orange tech. That's why we call it peach tech, because pink and orange, when it's merged together, is peach.
So it will attract like a wider demographic.
So, as we can see, the peach economy combines features of the pink economy's inclusivity and the orange economy's creativity.
Yeah, and he also kind of referenced San Francisco or Silicon Valley, which is highly competitive in terms of the 3 T's, that being technology, talent, and tolerance. So that's the idea that a city or a region's success is tied to the ability to leverage technology for innovation and attract and retain talented people who thrive in a culture of openness, inclusivity, and tolerance.
Yeah, and
you want the best, and it shouldn't matter at all what their gender identity and what their sexuality is, right?
Yeah, exactly. And with these concepts, the growth of LGBTQ plus travel, the pink and peach economies, and the 3 T's framework, as you said, Thailand has been very proactive in developing itself as a haven for the LGBTQ plus community. That's why Thailand has treated Bangkok Pride Festival 2025 as a country's bid to host World Pride 2030. Organizers hope the festival scale, inclusivity, and also the global attention will position Bangkok as a leader contender.
That's right. And Chumaporn Tangkliang, the founder of Narumit Pride, which organizes Bangkok Pride, said that there are some remaining hurdles, though, in terms of legal reforms. So it's not, marriage equality and then we're done, right? She thinks that it's crucial for Parliament to pass a gender recognition bill, and that would allow people to choose their gender-aligned honorific. So in Thailand, the honorifics are Nai, Nang, and Nang Sao. I think I got that right. And those are Mr., Mrs., and Ms. And the ability to choose that would, is what underpins the gender recognition bill. According to Jiraporn Sintuprai, which is the minister attached to the prime minister's office, the current administration is committed to advancing the gender recognition bill, which includes improving labor rights for sex workers and introducing inclusive education content as well. And these reforms would reinforce Thailand's commitment to human dignity, rights, and long-term social equality. So, I think that there are some, I can understand why it would be kind of controversial because, biology is, biological sex is a thing to consider. And when you see somebody's ID card and you want to give them the right medical attention, you do want to make the healthiest choice for them, But also I can understand, where the trans community might be coming from, if they want to transition, but their ID still reflects something that's not aligned with how they feel and who they believe they are. I can understand why they would feel like, they're constantly outcast or they're constantly being separated from other people. So I think it is something that, I don't think I would pretend to have all the answers. I don't think that, I'm not sure what is right or wrong for Thailand's LGBTQ plus community. All I know is that the solution that we come up with, it's fine to look at other countries and see what they've done, but it's important that we think about our context. It's important that we think about what's right for us, because I think what people, forget is that Thailand was inclusive long before we had terms like LGBTQ plus. And Thailand had been living very progressively and in harmony with all kinds of different people. So I think we are the pioneers in a space like this. We are pioneers of inclusivity. So, I think that, it's a bit awkward, to say this, but I think that Thai people can be a bit preoccupied with what is the West doing? How are we going to modernize? What is, where's the conversation swinging to? But I think Thailand's strength is its ability to, take different viewpoints and different communities and different cultures.
I can see you have a teary eyes now. I understand that you feel appreciate and I feel overwhelmed talking to you on this episode and telling you all as the audience these stories and the updates and the progress that Thailand have been trying to support LGBTQ plus community. So it's not just an LGBTQ plus community, but for Thailand itself as well. So I think I feel overwhelmed reading all this information before we talk to each other today. And it's good to have the people who have power or the leaders of Thailand who understand everything like this. So the Pride Festival or Pride Month is not just for fun or for being creativity, for having the enjoyable moment, but we have the meaning behind it, behind the theme, behind the colors, behind the parade, behind the festival. So I think, I feel appreciated and I feel overwhelmed for this episode so much. So, and now we turn it over to our audience. Are there any Pride Month events you are excited about? Is Thailand really a queer paradise?
Let us know in the comments section of NBT World's online channels. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify.
Thank you, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!